So, race number 8 is a Class 3, 1,200 metres is the trip, and we have 12 going to post as well. Good View Clarico comes up in trip. He's a two-time winner, though, over the 1,200 metres here at Sha Tin. Team Spirit down in class, first up for the season, but he's won 4 times in this grade in the past. The Golden Scenery's been in the market. His 2 starts this campaign, actually beaten favourite 2 starts back, but he's got to take on Master A, 2 returns here, unbeaten last season, 2 from 2. Namjong Sings was a last start winner. Excellent Chariot up in class as well for his win at the back end of last season. Science Patch makes his Hong Kong debut. Intelligence Patch with his name when he raced in New Zealand. And then we've got Gallant Express and Proud Dragon. Gallant Express also first up for the campaign. He was beaten favourite, an odds-on favourite for his last 2 starts. OK, we'll have a look at the speed map first here for the 8th. And as far as the pace is concerned, Tom, we're saying good in the early stages. Master 8, I'm assuming will be favourite, possibly out there in front.
Yeah, well, there's a horse in the race called Team Spirit as well. He's a horse that likes to go forward. And he's apprentice ridden, so he's only carrying 124 pounds. Master 8, of course, carrying 130. So, look, it wouldn't shock if they rolled forward with him because he is that sort of horse that does race on speed. Good View Clarico, another one. Moraki looks a little bit tough for him. He's out in barrier number 10. And the newcomer, Paul Science Patch, was up on the speed in his recent trial.
Yeah, he didn't go too badly, did he, in his trial? Gallant Express will need a little bit of luck. I mean, he could get cover 3 wide, or Joe might look to slot in just in front of the Golden Scenery if there is a spot that does come for him. We know Proud Dragon gets back. Excellent Chariot, another one gets back. And Namjong Sings. He was impressive last time, but he comes in with a really late run, doesn't he?
LA King from gate number 12 has the tongue tie on for the first time this time round.
All right, OK, so we'll see what happens then with Master 8. But why don't we hear from the trainer and see how he's been through the summer? He's, of course, Frankie Law.
Master 8, Frankie, went from 52 to 74 off those 2 wins in his first season. What impressed you most about him last season?
We can see he two start to win, and he's still learning, because I think he need to try to a little bit relax, should be better. At this moment, he's jump and go, and but anyway, the first start this season, just let him jump to see if very comfortable. If he lead. If cannot, just second should be okay.
So do you think he can be a little bit more versatile, or is he one dimension, has to lead?
I think this week maybe he will lead because he's still fresh and first start. Maybe later on I think he can maybe just sit second, third.
He's had 2 trials coming into the weekend. One was on a testing all-weather track. Are you happy with him, and what was the feedback from Joe after the trial?
The first trial also, he's still not 100%. He finished 4th, and then the second trial much better. And Joe come back and said, more better than the first one.
Has preparation gone smoothly leading into the weekend with Master 8?
Yes.
Do you believe he's forward enough to win first up?
I think so, yeah.
Both runs to date as well, over 1,200 metres. Is he going to get over a little bit more ground in time, do you feel?
At this moment, I think 1,200 is okay.
All right, short term we'll deal with then as far as 200 metres is concerned. We've had a number of horses, Paul, come back this season, lose their unbeaten records. What do you think about him?
Yeah, look, I think he can win this, though. I've liked those 2 trials because Joe's on him. I said in the speed map he was on Gallant Express, because Wagner's on Gallant Express. But so Joe is sticking with Master 8, as you would do. He's unbeaten. And look, I think he can. I think he can win this.
I think he can as well. I just guess it just depends what happens in the early stages with Team Spirit, whether how much sort of pressure he wants to put on him, and that would be maybe the only little question mark. What sort of pressure?
Did you get quite a positive vibe though from Frankie when you were talking to him?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
he was
okay.
happy with him.
All right, brilliant. All right, that's Master 8. We'll keep looking at the potential challenges though. Good View Clarico, Tom, up from the 1,000 metres. Magic Phoenix as well. This was his debut, so he's got something to build on. It
wasn't the worst of runs, I thought, from Magic Phoenix on face value. He drew in barrier number 1 on that occasion. He plugged away. Good View Clarico, this was one of his better races. We've seen him to good effect down the straight in the past, but we've also seen him to good effect around the turn, of course, behind Nervous Witness. Harry Bentley rides. He held his ground. He didn't really lose any ground, but he didn't make any ground either.
Yeah, look, Good View Clarico, 2-time winner over the 1,200, so stepping up in trip's not going to be a problem with him.
Yeah, and that's Nervous Witness winning the race as well, emphatically. He's 2 from 2 as well. Namjong Sings, nothing wrong with this win, Paul. Was the last time?
No, I thought it was a nice win from him. He did get the race run to suit here. California Sybil went quite fast and in front, and look, once he got into the clear, hit the line, and he just won really nicely, I thought. So it was a good win from Telecom Namjong Singh's, I should say.
Yeah, he wound up nicely. Sort of from the last 200 metres, he really got stuck into the race strongly. Did Namjong Singh's. He's a two-time course and distance winner. He's come from last here, busy finish, but he was able to outstay them there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit more exposed, obviously, than Master 8, but he's solid form line, I suppose, and he's got race fitness on his side as well. Excellent Chariot we'll look at next, Tom. Now, he's up in class and first up for the season as well.
He goes well fresh, 3 starts for 2 wins, but coming into this, I didn't really like his barrier trial. He was pushed out severely, I thought, in that trial. And last time he had a good run midfield. It was quite an easy victory in the end to get past Infinite Power, who's been in good form at the early part of the season here. But the trial turned me off. Yeah,
that was the key for me as well. And just the barrier 8, just a little bit tricky, I thought, as well. But look, he won effortlessly there. So I think the rise in grade isn't a problem for him. It's just more the barrier.
All right, well, here is the trial, Paul. He finishes midfield, but just okay, you think?
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought he was pushed out a little bit here in the trial. Now, it's a different surface, obviously. This is on the all-weather, but yeah, I just didn't like the way he really finished it off, Tom.
He's a 3-time winner from his 12 starts, but he just seemed to be plugging and going up and down in the same spot. Ryder had to really get stuck into him there, so that was the reason I left him out. First up record, hard to ignore, but just on that trial I was a bit ho-hum about it.
All right, well, Gallant Express won first up last season pretty impressively as well, and then was beaten, Tom, as odds-on favourites on his next 2 starts, including this one.
He was at 1.3 behind E-Star and then behind Super 10, and I don't think in this run last time out he really travelled at all. He was niggled out off the back, and he needed a bit of persuading. He was doing his best work late, but he never really travelled like the winner in this race, I thought, at all, Paul.
No, he didn't. And look, they set them up to 1,400 metres for those 2 races that he lost, and obviously he wasn't too far away, but back to 1,200 fresh, I think, is a good thing for this horse.
OK, all right. Wagner Borges ride him, Gallant Express. One more to have a look at here, Paul. It's the horse, actually 2 in the race, in the trial, Alec King's in there as well, but Science Patch, he's on making his Hong Kong debut.
Yeah, look, he's had 3 trials to get him ready. He's 11.21 pounds, this horse, and I didn't think this trial was too bad from him either. I thought he went nice enough. He's drawn one with Jerry Chow aboard. I didn't get him quite in there, but look, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a bit of a race fresh here in Hong Kong.
You look at his form, he's had form on rain-affected tracks in New Zealand. That might be the little question mark that's coming into this. We haven't had a lot of rain here in Hong Kong over the last sort of week or so, so it's probably going to be firm underfoot, and I just wondered if that was going to suit him at all.
2 horses in front of him there. Fantastic Treasure made a super return last week, and Wellington, Group 1 winning sprinter, was Glorious Dragon, the grey, as well in that trial as well. So it does look quite strong. Master 8, though, Paul, probably not surprisingly, is our favourite.
Yeah, and look, I'm going to stick with him. I think he can keep his unbeaten record, 3 from 3. So Master 8 on top. To beat Gallant Express, back to 1,200 fresh, I think it's a good thing. Now, Proud Dragons only had the 2 starts, and that debut run I thought was really good behind Gluck Racer. Back to 1,200 metres as well. We've got him in, and the Golden Scenery created a big impression on his debut run behind Master 8 here, and he's been running in some pretty strong form races behind the likes of Drops of God and My Sugar as well, so I didn't want to leave him out entirely. 5, 11, 12, 4.
I'll go 5 to beat 4 Master 8, a 2-time winner who beat home the Golden Scenery last time out. The Golden Scenery I thought was a little bit below par last time out. That was, I guess you could say, his worst run to date. He was caught wide and a little bit keen, but he boxed on okay at the end. So they're the top 2, 5 to beat 4. Namjong Singh's goes in off the back of that last start to win. The other one I put in was Proud Dragon. Now he is getting close to a class drop off for 62 here, and they drop him back to 1,200, which is where he ran his best race here so far. But he had a few traffic issues early in the straight last time out. 5, 4, 6 and 12.
I think Master 8 is the one to beat, and then take your pick, really. I had Namjong Singh's as maybe his biggest rival, but they could probably line up behind him. But exciting to see him return on the weekend.